Hello and welcome to Once Upon a Mind. I'm Sneha Gupta and today I want to take you into a world many outside India have never ever heard of. An event that brings together millions, myths and moments of faith. Mahakumbh. My friends here in the UK asked me, what is it? A festival? A bath? I smiled because it's so much more than that. Mahakumbh is the largest peaceful gathering of humans on earth, where over 150 million people come together at the meeting point of three sacred rivers, the Ganga, Yamuna, and Saraswati, to cleanse not just their bodies but their souls. And in 2025, it became even more special because this was the Mahakumbh that happened once every 144 years, a rare celestial alignment, a spiritual phenomenon, a moment in time that called millions home. So, let me guide you through its story, from ancient legends to modern logistic, from monks to pilgrims, and the magic that made Mahakumbh 2025 unforgettable. What is Mahakumbh? Mahakumbh isn't just a religious event, it's a legend come to life. According to Hindu mythology, the god and demon once churned the ocean to find Amrit, the nectar of immortality. In the cosmic battle that followed, 4 drops of Amrit fell on earth at Haridwar, Ujjain, Nasik, and Prayagraj. Every 12 years, millions gathered at these places for a Kumbh Mela. But only once in 144 years do the sun, moon, and Jupiter align in a way that brings the Mahakumbh back to Prayagraj, the holiest of them all. And this time, I wanted to understand its deeper meaning. To help us unpack the significance of this event, I spoke with Dr. Jayshree Ghosh, a cultural historian who has spent decades studying India's spiritual history. Hello, doctor. How are you doing?
Hello, Sneha. I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you for joining me today to discuss Indian culture and history. I'm excited to learn from your experience. To tell me, what is the mythological significance of Mahakumbh?
Well, see, Mahakumbh is rooted in Hindi mythology, where the gods and demons fought over a pot of nectar known as Amrit. During this battle, drops of Amrit fell into 4 sacred sites, including Prayagraj, Haridwar, Nashik, and Ujjain. These sites are now celebrated as Kumbh Mela.
Have you ever visited Kumbh Mela in your life?
Yeah, I visited once.
So, how was your experience?
Oh, it was very crowded, but it was a very holy place and it was full of, you know, positive vibes.
How has Mahakumbh evolved over time?
Mahakumbh has a rich history dating back centuries. Over time, it has evolved from a small gathering of sadhus and pilgrims to a massive festival attracting millions. The British era saw significant changes, and post independence, the government has played a crucial role in organizing and managing the event.
And what is the significance of the Kumbh Mela rotation 4 sites?
See, the rotation between 4 sites, the Prayagraj, Haridwar, Nashik, and Ujjain, is based on astrological calculations. Each site is associated with specific planetary positions, and the Kumbh Mela is held when Jupiter enters a particular zodiac sign. So, this rotation ensures that the festival is celebrated at each site once every 12 years.
How does Mahakumbh reflect Indian culture values?
Mahakumbh actually it reflects India's rich cultural heritage, showcasing the country's spiritual diversity, tolerance, and hospitality. The festival brings people together, transcending social and economic boundaries, and highlights the importance of faith, tradition, and community.
So much for taking the time to speak with me today. I really appreciate your insights and expertise. Thank you.
Thank you.
From the scholars to the seekers, we now meet the saints. Among the most powerful symbols of Mahakumbh are the Naga Sadhus, holy men who renounce everything, including clothing, to walk naked and ash covered in complete surrender. Hello, sir. Good morning. Thank you for speaking with us today. What led you to renounce everything and take up the life of a sadhu?
As a sadhu, I left my home because I felt lost in the noise of the world. At the age of 19, I asked myself, who am I? What is the purpose of my life? On that time, just, I completed my graduation and finding job here and there. But my mind was not silence. I want silence from my inner world. So I came to realize that everything we see in the outside world is just temporary. Nothing is there. I found peace when I looked inward. And the main thing, whatever we are doing, that all thing is zero. We started with zero,
Mhm.
we end will with zero. There's nothing, whatever we are doing in the world, in this world, there's nothing.
Live a life of complete detachment without any material possessions. For people outside of India, especially in the UK, this might seem difficult to understand. Can you explain why you choose this path?
People outside India means they are totally engaged in their work. Every time they used to develop different things. But the main thing we have understand that detachment doesn't mean rejection. It
Mhm.
means freedom.
Yes.
By studying the attachments that weigh us down, we find our true selves. Society tells us we need things to be happy. But what is happy? We have to find out that. To buy a bicycle, to buy a luxurious life, this is not a happy life. Always we have a headache of our workload. Always. We are finding money is not happy. Money can't give happiness. For that, we have different things. We have meditations, we have yogas, and different many things are there in India to attachment like Naga Sadhu. To be a Naga Sadhu, we reject these things. But I have found happiness in my simplicity. This is not a life of reconciliation out of rejection, but out of love. Love for the self, love for the nature, love for the people, and for all that is around us.
Such wisdom, and when you bath in the sacred waters of Prayagraj, what does it symbolize for you?
Bathing in that place, this is not a place. Actually, this is the symbol of, you say, people thinks about this is Hinduism, but this is not Hinduism. It is the priority of every people to be happy, to keep their mind sound free. But we as a sadhu thinks it as a supreme sacrifice. People, for being a sadhu, being a Naga sadhu, we have to wait for 12 years.
Mhm.
12 years of sacrifice. After that, if the upper Naga sadhus find that we are eligible, then they do our yoga and yajnas. After that, we can be a sadhu. And Naga Sadhu is another different thing. We, after taking bath in Prayagraj, we can't be a sadhu directly. For that, we have to do many things after that. We have to leave our all the profit loss, our parents, families, friends, sisters, brothers, all we have to leave them. We have to live alone in the mountains, in the jungles. That we have to do.
This is such a big sacrifice that you have done for for being a sadhu, for becoming a sadhu. I think people should all around the world once visit India to find themselves. And that was the story of Mr. Yuvraj Giri. But among the million of pilgrims who travel to Prayagraj, there are personal stories that reflect deep faith and devotion. Mr. Amardeep Gupta, a businessman from West Bengal, shared with me why he came to Mahakumbh this year, not for himself but for his elderly mother, who has always dreamed of taking a bath holy dip at Prayagraj. Mr. Gupta, thank you for joining me today to share your experience with your mom in this beloved journey. So, what inspired your pilgrimage to Mahakumbh this year?
Thank you for the question. If I talk, it was my mother's dream. She is 80 now, and she's always wanted to take the dip in Prayagraj during Mahakumbh. Growing up, she would tell me stories about it. I knew this year it was the right time to make it happen for her.
That's lovely. So, how was the experience of traveling with her to this sacred place?
It was deeply emotional. When we reached the Sangam, she was overwhelmed with tears. We went into the water together, hand in hand. The cold water did not matter. Her smile was enough to make the entire journey worthwhile.
So, did it change you as well?
Yes, I came here thinking I was doing it for her, but the experience changed me too. I left my stress, my work, everything on the riverbank for a few moments. I felt lighter, more connected to my true self.
That's a powerful reminder of the transformation Mahakumbh brings. And as someone who has grown up in the culture of Mahakumbh, how do you see the role of religion and culture in your life?
Hmm. Religion and culture have always been central to my life. Growing up in India, religion was never just a set of beliefs, it was a way of life. It's the moral compass by which we navigate our everyday actions. Mahakumbh, for me, is a culmination of that, a place where religion, culture, and personal transformation converge.
That's great. Your mom must be so proud of you. And thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. And wishing you all the success and all the great thing in your life. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Now let's talk about the scale. 4,200 crore or roughly 500 million was invested by the Indian government to prepare Prayagraj for this event. They built a 6-lane bridge, 35,000 solar tents, smart traffic and crowd system, 150,000 toilets and 300 plus health camps, and it paid off. Mahakumbh 2025 generated rupees 1.6 lakh crore, which is 19 billion in economic activity, from tourism, transport to street vendors. But its greatest success, proving that even in modern India, ancient devotion can be met with modern execution. Kumbh 2025 was not just a pilgrimage, it was a reminder that in a world divided by noise, something as old as a river can still bring people together in silence. From the stars above to the sadhus and citizens below, it reminded us that even 150 million people can find unity in devotion. Thank you for listening to Once Upon a Mic. I'm Sneha Gupta. Until next time, may your journey flow like the sacred rivers, ever ancient, ever new.